E aí galera, beleza? Aqui é o Thiago e sejam bem-vindos aí a mais uma gameplay do canal MegaZero Game. É uma focada em gameplays. E cara, paramos aqui lá depois de lutar contra a Camila lá, depois de lutar contra aquele monstro lá de veneno, contra as outras quimeras, e é uma festa, e o gato caindo na telha, tudo ao mesmo. E aí, ó, é bem maravilha, tudo acontece ao mesmo tempo aqui. Depois de tudo isso, vamos ver o que vai acontecer agora, né? Vamos lá. Jogava o jogo, né, mano? Aí, pô, jogava o jogo. Agora nós vemos o que acontece. Já saiu lá no Alchemy Works. Deu uma animação.
Here they come.
Where's Harmony? Thank you.
Hold it right there.
Vai deixar nós passar, não?
Hey, if you can't tell, we're in a hurry.
The report will have to wait.
Hold it, I said.
What's gotten into you?
I was specifically asked not to allow your entry.
By who? Is that so? Well, then we're just gonna have to force ourselves in.
I'm sorry to do this, but we're not gonna hold back.
Edward, you have to listen to us.
There's no time. Harmony's in danger.
You never stop to think, do you? Think about Harmony's feelings.
Harmony's feelings? Who cares? She's my apprentice. I have to help. I have to save her! What good is a master who can't help his apprentice? What good is alchemy then?
So you have to.
Yes, I have to!
Then you give me no choice.
You think we're only kids, don't you? And we'll grow up soon enough. But that's not true for Harmony. Now is all she has!
I figured this day would come around sometime.
Get out of the way!
Rapaz, vamos lutar com eles. Caramba, essa eu não esperava não, os Mario. Não sei se é possível ganhar a luta, né? Não tirou nada dele. Não tem nada falando que é pra me morrer, né? Então vamos brigar aqui até onde der. Isso aí vai funcionar contra eles? Acho que não. Funcionar, funcionou, mas ele derrubou o bichinho num golpe só. legal, hein? É louco.
Here we go.
Pra acertar o cara não, o cara divide tudo. Ah, cara. Chegão. Eu tiro tudo. Ataque vai e volta e termina acertando a gente. Aí fica difícil, né? Um especialzinho aí, velho. Mudou muita coisa não.
No use running around. Stand back. Stand back. It's no use. Running around.
Briga boa, hein?
Uma eternidade depois.
Beleza, cara. Aguentei até onde deu. Era pra perder mesmo, né? Pelo menos foi uma boa briga de final, né?
You've gotta be kidding. That's impossible.
Eita. Acabou com o castelo, mano.
You weren't able to transmute a single thing. Is this the end? Is this it? Harmony!
Ed.
How could I be so helpless?
Ed.
Why couldn't I do anything?
Ed.
Why am I so powerless?
Ed, look. What is that? A feather? Armies? So it is.
Does it hurt?
Hi, Daddy.
You must hate me by now, but
That's silly. How could I hate you?
you don't have to talk anymore. My dear, you may not have realized this, but I have always loved you. I cared for you more than anyone else ever could. But no matter what I tried, I just couldn't understand what would make you the happiest. What I could do to make my daughter happy.
Daddy, you're so silly.
Harmony.
I knew. I always knew. Because, I mean, I'm your daughter, and daughters always know. Daddy,
Yes, dear.
I am your daughter, aren't I?
Silly girl, of course you are.
Okay. I guess we're both silly then. Like father, daughter.
Harmony! Don't be afraid. I won't let you go alone. This will be ours, only ours.
I'm sorry.
satisfied? Does that make you happy?
Did you see? Were they smiling, Edward?
Pelo menos pegaram esse Nenda, né? Infeliz. O baixinho lá. Tá aí. Ainda mostrou pegando ainda. É inocente mesmo. Ou... dramático que só. Beleza, vai interrogar ele. No fim das contas resolveu tudo, né? Resolveu o caso todo. O único que dançou de verdade, apesar que a Camila lá morreu, né? E o outro foi preso. Aparentemente o professor e a Harmony também se foram, né? Pelo que a gente viu até agora. Fazendo um resumo aí do que a gente viu até aqui, né? O pastor lá pediu para o Eduardo ensinar ele alquimia. E é isso, vamos ver o que vai acontecer aí mais adiante. Fazendo um resumo das conversas aí que rolou até agora. Bem resumo mesmo. Beleza, parece que o pessoal aí vão se retirar também. Voltou para New Risgard. Desculpando aí por todo o trabalho, né? Todo o trabalho que deram. Uma carta da Harmony, será? Que ela deixou pra ele? Ou do professor? É da Harmony. Ela entregou pra ele antes de entrar no laboratório lá, né? No Alchemy Works. Não falou nada não, só se despediram ali, foram pegar o trem. Agora eles vão ler a carta.
Dear Ed, I'm writing this letter in preparation for our inevitable farewell. Well, I guess there's no reason to be so
formal. But I know that when the time comes, I won't be able to tell you face to face. I mean, it might just degrade into another one of our shouting matches. So I'll write. This way, I won't have any regrets. You know, Ed, you told me that no one can gain anything without making some kind of sacrifice. That the law of equivalent exchange in alchemy also applies to the order of the world. But I don't think that's necessarily true. Sometimes we can sacrifice all we want and never gain, while other things require no sacrifice at all. I can just picture you bellowing, "You just don't get it." But Ed, I haven't sacrificed anything. I haven't been able to do a single thing for anyone else. Not just for you and Al, but for the pastor or even for Daddy. And yet, in exchange, I've received something so big, I can't even begin to imagine what the equivalent price would be. Equivalent exchange may apply to the order of the world, but not to people. The human existence lies on a higher plane, one that's not bound by those silly rules. At least that's what I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. I really just wanted to thank you. So I'll write it right here. Thanks. And that's from the bottom of my heart. Whenever I think of you and Al, I'm so grateful. Not that I'd be able to tell you face to face, of course. But I couldn't possibly get away without letting you know, even if there was nothing I could do or nothing I could give. So, yeah, I think this letter was a good idea. I hope you get what I'm saying. Maybe? No, I won't go there. It's getting noisy outside, so I'll stop here. Farewell, and take care. And thank you for everything. Best wishes to my small but mighty master.
Uma carta de agradecimento que ela fez para eles dois, né? Resumindo ali, fez uns pedidos, falou sobre as coisas da alquimia lá, né? O outro tá se acabando de chorar ali atrás. Porque o Al acho que leu em voz alta, né? E é isso, cara. Vamos ver se tem mais coisa aí, né? Ainda tinha um envelope ainda. Atrás do envelope, né? Que é isso? Que é isso? Uma semente? Acho que é uma semente, né? Parece. Não sei. É. Flower seed. Uma semente de flor. Da Ether Flower, né? Ether Flower. Deixou aí pra eles plantarem.
Let me help you make your wish come true. Yes, of course. The boys are here too.
Oh, I get it now. Harmony's alchemy never failed. It was just dormant.
She may have become a great alchemist indeed.
But if you die, then that's the end.
Poderosa, hein? Onde passa deixa um monte de flor.
Are you watching?
It's okay to cry, Colonel.
Don't be ridiculous. Let's go!
E é isso, galera. Olha os créditos aí. Finalmente. Mas, cara, se não tiver nada aí de pós-créditos, aparentemente ela e o professor se foram, né? Vamos ver aí se vai ter alguma coisa depois dos créditos aí. Porque às vezes tem jogo que tem, né? Tocando uma musiquinha aí. Parece que tem algo a mais aí.
An inside probe into the recent string of incidents which started with the devastation of the old town of Heesgard. I assumed the role of secretary to Professor Wilhelm Eselstein, who was considered a key participant in these events.
Eselstein. Agora eu aprendi a falar o nome do professor. Ela ensinou no final agora.
Incident was a material known as the philosopher's catalyst. Professor Eselstein, a leading authority on catalytics, had been conducting research on this fabled substance. If completed, this material would supposedly have had alchemy amplifying characteristics, similar to the mythical philosopher's stone. We found out that Professor Eselstein and his assistant Greta Riddell had been calling on hordes of alchemists to come to the town of Heesgard. We suspect that their plan was to use these alchemists in the completion of the philosopher's catalyst. We also discovered that the chimeras infesting Heesgard were originally created in New Heesgard Castle's underground laboratory. This also seemed to tie into Eselstein's plan.
Esse é o relatório que eles estão fazendo, né?
As director of the region, Brigadier Moody Nemda was well aware of the activities perpetrated by the professor and Riddell. Nemda opted not to enforce the law and neglected his reporting duties to Central. In fact, Nemda had struck a deal for the secret development
depois de traduzido, galera, vai ter que dar pausa pra ler isso aí, porque não fica, ó, sai rapidinho. Então pra quem estiver acompanhando certinho aí e quiser ver essa parte aí, vai ter que pausar o vídeo.
Riddell was the one who initially contacted the professor regarding the creation of combat chimeras. She was also responsible for arranging the relationship between the professor and Nemda. We highly suspect that Riddell took the leading role in Heesgard's destruction and unleashed the chimeras in the old city. The mayhem, a direct result of Riddell's desire to obtain the philosopher's catalyst, came to an end when Professor Eselstein sacrificed his life to keep the catalyst from going out of control, leading to the disappearance of the New Heesgard Alchemy Works. Therefore, we have every reason to believe that Greta Riddell was the real mastermind behind this incident, and that both Professor Eselstein and Brigadier Nemda were merely pawns. Disciplinary actions against the persons involved are as follows. Colonel Jens Breslau, currently undergoing rehabilitation in the military hospital.
Morreu não, mano?
Although Breslau's involvement in the incident remains a question mark, there is no doubt of a link to both Riddell and Nemda. He will most likely be questioned before being sent to trial in front of the military court. Incidentally, the ex-military policeman who conducted the recent train hijack has regained consciousness and testified that Jens Breslau's job was to bring alchemists to Heesgard. We are currently investigating the authenticity of his testimony. Brigadier Moody Nemda, now serving time in military prison. Considering his position as a high-ranking military officer, Nemda's blatant misuse of military
desse aí é de rank alto nos
serious crime.
militares.
In addition, evidence indicates that he was plotting an insurgence against Central. Nemda has already been sentenced to 145 years in prison,
145 anos preso. Rapaz,
200 years may be added to his sentence.
esse aí se deu mal, hein?
Greta Riddell.
Sumiu. Legal.
Although regarded as the mastermind behind the
Belo
incident,
relatório.
Riddell's identity and background remain a complete mystery.
Apesar que
However,
eles não viram, né, o que
investigation
aconteceu
regarding
com
her
ela.
alias of Camilla has turned up some interesting facts in Central's archives. This is not the first incident where certain activities were perpetrated by an individual named Camilla. In past reports,
Esse não foi o
there are
primeiro
multiple
incidente
instances of this
envolvendo essa
individual,
Camila aí, então ela
sometimes as a
aprontou algumas
suspect,
coisas antes.
other times as a collaborator to the military. However, the oldest of these reports dates back to over 60 years ago. Although the records have many similarities, it would be unrealistic to regard these instances as pertaining to the same individual. Regretfully, Riddell has not been detained. Based on witness accounts, the possibility of her survival is extremely low, but to date, a body has yet to be found. Professor Wilhelm Eselstein, missing.
Sumiu.
Eselstein vanished along with the alchemy works. His survival is highly improbable. The fact that he was partaking in illegal activities amidst this
Deu
chain
como
of events
desaparecido,
is
mas
true.
que
However,
pra
he
ele estar
also
vivo é
sacrificed himself to
improvável.
save countless lives from the out of
No
control
relatório
catalyst.
deles ficou assim.
It is unclear what he was after. or what he was trying to protect by obtaining the philosopher's
Os
catalyst.
mais otimistas,
Whatever
tem
it
chance
was,
dele estar vivo aí.
we can say that Wilhelm was
Assim
a man
como
of
a Harmony, né?
contradictions. Reported by Lieutenant Hawkeye. Postscript. Due to the derailment of his train, a state alchemist was present in Heathgard during the incident. No evidence of his direct involvement has been found.
Mais uma animaçãozinha aí.
Let's go. Get a move on, Al.
Ed, slow down. There's no need to hurry.
Indeed, the library isn't going anywhere.
You're a bunch of slowpokes.
He's acting like a child.
O Ed já tá animado de novo.
Oh, I beg your pardon, he is a child.
It's okay. Ed, look out!
Barrou numa mulher.
Ed, can you go anywhere without plowing into people?
Barrou numa
Yes.
uma mulher com a mala cheia de flor.
So sorry.
That's okay. I'm alright.
Here you go. I'm really sorry.
Nossa, cara, mas parece muito, né?
Oh, thank you.
Parece muito harmônica.
Are you going to be okay?
Me? Never been better. Let's get going, Al.
Wait, Ed! Bye.
Bastante semelhante, mas não é ela, né?
Is something the matter, Ed?
No, nothing.
Tá dando uma falhadinha aí no final. Mas tá rodando direto do Play 2, galera. Por isso que tá umas...
Here we come.
Mas nada que atrapalhasse, né? Uma falhadinha ou outra aí. Aí passou. Enfim. Gravar, né? Só por... Ó, tá lá. Clear. Aí se eu sair, volta pro menu. Deixa eu ver se liberou alguma coisa de galeria aqui. Liberou os filminhos, né? Não precisa a gente ver de novo. Não sei se liberou isso aqui. Na real não tem nada liberado aqui, né? Se tinha que pegar no jogo, não sei. Nem os filminhos estão liberados. Não sei, cara. Mas é isso. Espero que tenham gostado aí, galera. Fechamos aí mais uma série aí no canal. Se gostaram, deixa o joinha aí pra ajudar nós, beleza? Deixa eu dar um load aqui só pra ver de onde sai. Só pra matar a curiosidade. Deixa o joinha aí pra ajudar nós, beleza? Volta do começo. Então, se você for novo no canal e estiver assistindo pela primeira vez, se inscreve aí também pra dar uma força, beleza? Seja bem-vindo ao canal. Deixem comentários aí com sugestões de gameplays e o que vocês acharam aí de Fullmetal, finalmente terminado. Série grande, mas bem legal. Eu sempre gostei desse jogo, acho que é a segunda vez que eu jogo ele. Até o final, né? Então, espero que vocês tenham gostado aí também, beleza? Então deixem sugestões aí pra gente tá trazendo aí pro lugar de Fullmetal, beleza? Ative o sininho pra receber as notificações do canal. E também, se puderem aí, compartilhar o vídeo com um amigo aí pra ajudar, beleza? Trazer gente nova aí pro canal também é importante pra gente aí, beleza? Valeu, galera! Falou aí, grande abraço pra todo mundo. Até a próxima! Finalizamos mais um.